Hi, this is Rick Baxter. Today I'm going to give you a little tip on NAV 2013 defaults. So let's take a quick look. I'm going to show you really two different levels of defaults. I'm going to start with sales and marketing, and then we're going to go right into, and I think I'll just do a new sales order to give you an example of how these defaults work. When you start a new sales order, you typically press enter and then you select the customer. The enter key is to kind of let the system assign the next number, and then you select the customer that you want to have on this sales order, so we get the header started. It does do a quick credit check, and now it brings in the information about this customer, such as the city, the state, information that's coming from the customer card. Okay, those are basically the default values. Same thing down here. If you look at the invoicing information, the bill to number is defaulting in down here. The payment terms, where's the payment terms? Right there. Payment terms code that defaults in. The tax area code is defaulting in. The shipping information is all coming in from, again, the customer card is where it's getting these default values. Now the user on this order can always override the default value. So if instead of 14 days, which is probably it is the terms on the customer card, you want to change that to say 21 days. Now for this specific sales order, not future ones, but for this sales order, you've basically adjusted the terms code for this particular order. Think of this defaults as also on the item area. So when you select an item, we'll just pick, let's say, 70,000. The side panel, we'll just pick that one. Yeah. And then we'll also put in a quantity, let's say 5 side panels, and it does a check there, but notice the price. The price is coming in as a default value, and the tax group code is a default value. So setting up those defaults on your masters is very important. So otherwise the operator's constantly having to enter in what the price is. But because it's the default value, the operator can actually override that $47 and say it's in this case it's $42.25. So they can literally override the defaults from the, in this case, the item card, and we've overridden some defaults from the customer card as well. Now, with this concept in mind, let's go into, let me close out of here. So let's go take a look at the defaults on a customer. So when I'm adding a new customer, and we'll just say new, and I say new, I can either press enter and let the system assign, but I like to type in a customer, so XYZ customer. Okay, and the name is going to be XYZ customer. And I'm going to stop right there. Okay, I'm not going to enter the address and so forth, but I want to call your attention to the customer credit limit. That's set at 1,000. I didn't type that in. Okay, so the customer credit limit is set at 1,000, and let's go down a little bit further. Let me move this on your screen. Let's go down to the posting groups. So the customer posting group has come in as domestic. If I go down a little bit further, the payment terms of 21 days has come in as well as 21 days by default. Now in your system, I want you to test this. Yours probably is coming in as blank. Okay, and then you have to set those every time you add a new customer. So what I like to do, and this is certainly the way our foundation pack works, is that you actually have a set of defaults. So if you come up to the upper right hand corner, DEFAUL, defaults setup. So here's our defaults setup area, and let's just look at the customer area. So right there, customer credit limit is 1,000. So you can actually have a complete predefined defaults for a new customer. There's the posting group. Right there is the customer posting group domestic. If I come down a little bit, we probably can see the payment terms of 21 days. These are things that are defaulting in. Currency code, if you always have a certain currency code you need, or finance charge, terms, code, those kind of things. You can default all these values by predefining it here on the defaults, the master file setup area for defaults, and that's customers. If you look down further, here's vendors, so you can do the same thing with vendors, purchases, inventory, resources, jobs, everything, even with send as PDF. Has some default values as well as up here is send as PDF. So just take a peek at this one. I like when I'm sending out my emails as a PDF file to have the body pre-fill in. So the quote, thank you for the opportunity to submit this quotation. Oh, this is for a quote. Okay, or order acknowledgement, find a copy of the cost control order dated, so forth. And so this is the text that fills in the body of your email documents by default. So again, think in terms of setting your system up with a logical set of default values to save time. That's the whole purpose here. It's going to save you time when you're adding a new customer, a new sales order, an email, anything like that. We want to be able to save time. That's the purpose of the defaults. I hope this tip serves you well. If you have any questions, give us a call or check out our more information on our website below. Thanks so much for looking.